Hi, I am Tina Larkins. I am a board member at the Sacramento Area Regional Theater Alliance, which is otherwise known as SARTA, and we are here at Stage Right Productions, where they are about to open a very fantastic show this week. And I'm here also with Joe and Jenny Krack, who are founding members of Stage Right. Can you tell us a little bit about your roles at Stage Right and the history of the company?
Sure. So we started Stage Right about 13 years ago.
2009.
And we started off as a community children's theater, youth theater. And several years ago, many of the parents came to us and said, how come you don't include us adults? And so then we went to an all-age production. We have a youth program that runs. This year we had Jungle Book. And we had 20 terrific, wonderful kids that came out for that show and had a great time this summer. Then we had Shakespeare on the Vine join us this summer. They're a professional Shakespeare theater, and they did Taming of the Shrew, and now we have Fiddler on the Roof. And so it has just evolved, and every year we work with about 100 people over the course of the summer. We start our auditions usually in April, and we go all the way through the summer, and it's just a magical time, a lot of work, but it's a magical time for all of us.
And so you are the artistic director?
I am the artistic director, and I work with a group of wonderful people who we talk about what shows we're going to do, what's the best combination, what's the best timing for the programs, and yeah, we just keep on plugging along, and it just keeps growing every year.
And then we have Joe and your husband, who is a founding member as well,
Right.
and he on the board, and Artevia.
That's right.
I'm also a cast member, so I say our. Last year, as we know, there was a lot of, there was closure from the pandemic. Can you tell us a little bit about how how Stage Right handled the pandemic, and were you in production when we went on lockdown? What was happening with that?
Well, we had just finished auditions for The Sound of Music when the lockdown happened. So the first few months we did our rehearsals online, via Zoom, which is a little difficult for singing. But and then about in June, we started getting together.
Late June, yeah.
We have plenty of rehearsal space, so we had a lot of spacing, and we had outdoor spaces, indoor space. We usually perform inside, but then we saw this space outside and thought, that might be a nice space. And then right as it happened, right in the beginning of June, they had came out with rules for how outdoor theaters could open. So we were very happy. We had this outdoor space, and we were careful in rehearsals and spacing, and we all got kind of bubbled with each other. And we were actually able to perform all the way through July.
Awesome.
I will say, though, that our actors, when they were inside the rehearsal hall, which is about 7,000 square feet, we did ask them to mask and when they were up and walking around, but there is plenty of room for them to move about. Our audience came, and we were able to seat 60 of the 110 because that was the social distance seating that we were able to accommodate to. And it worked out very well. We had some people that left their masks on the entire time. We had some people that only put their masks on when they were up and walking around, which is something that we felt that we were comfortable with. During intermission, of course, we asked them to mask. But it worked out very well. It was charming, it was lovely, and it was a relief for all of us to be able to continue to perform the arts and be outside.
I do have a curious question. What do you think the status of the outside versus inside for come in the future? Do you feel like that's going to be something that you're going to add on, or are you going to maybe move back inside? What do you think? Have you guys discussed that?
I like the outside.
We like the outside. It's beautiful. Why not take advantage of the Sacramento warm weather? And it's lovely with all the little lights and things that go on. And it's just a relaxed and fun atmosphere. It's very Sacramento. And we enjoy it. There are things you learn about being outside that you didn't expect. Like you can't put flats on a roller because the wind blows them across the stage. That doesn't work that way. And so there are elements that you have to deal with. But it's magical when all the lights come on and all the actors are in costume and they're singing beautifully. It's just a wonderful experience.
Well, most importantly, we have a show opening. Tell us a little bit about Fiddler on the Roof.
Well, Fiddler on the Roof opens this Thursday, July 29th, and runs through August 14th. We run Thursday, Friday, Saturday for 3 weekends. Curtains at 7:30, and you can buy tickets online at stagerightproductions.net.
Yeah, and we'll have a graphic about that. Tell us, those of you people who don't really know anything about Fiddler, what is it about?
Go ahead.
So Tevye is a milkman that lives in Anatevka with his family, and it is it's actually a show that's very apropos to times right now, because it's about a community that comes together during tough times, and they join together and they evolve. And I really felt like, boy, that's a lot of what we have done as a community, as an arts community. We have had to evolve and lean on one another and find strength in that. And that's really what Fiddler is about. That's the meaning behind it.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you very much. It was wonderful talking to you, and we're very excited to open on this Thursday. Thank you very much. And signing off from Sarda. Hi, I'm back here with AJ Miller and Brendan Von Tassel, who are key members of Stage Right, and Brenna is our fiddler for Fiddler on the Roof, and AJ is an ensemble member as well as a technical advisor. So tell us a little bit about your experience with Stage Right. You've been doing this since you were kids, right?
Yeah. It's been quite a long time. My first show with Stage Right was Les Mis, and it was a wonderful experience. I started Stage Right, and it just was a welcoming family that I really enjoyed being part of, and so that's why I kind of continued on with Stage Right.
My first show was Little Women. It was actually technically a middle school play that they kind of were a part of. And then my real show was Stage Right with Little Women freshman year. And
Because you're so old.
Right, of course, yeah. And it made me fall even more in love with theater, more in love with acting. Stage Right and the people at Stage Right are a huge reason why I want to become an actor. And every play has this ambiance and environment of community.
Yeah.
It's great.
And last year you played siblings, right?
Yes.
In what show?
Sound of Music. Yeah.
I was Liesel, and you were Friedrich.
We were already basically siblings before that, and so we just had to play siblings.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. That was probably my favorite show.
Yeah.
Just because it was just so peaceful. It was so stress-free. And Anne Frank was another one I really adored to being in. Yeah.
Sound of Music was definitely a great environment and a difficult time in the world, so it kind of let us let loose and have fun when everything crazy was going on.
Totally. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
For me, musical theater is a place where people from all over can come together and create a world to take the audience to. So it's amazing to see all these people from all different walks of life come together, create a whole world, and take the audience with them on that journey.
Growing up in the theater, just always been on the stage, and it's always been something that's a part of my life. So coming back, it's just coming back to family and hanging out with family. And yeah, even if it's people you're not related to, they're still family.
I think that theater is for everyone. It actually is, because we have people come out there's just a vast difference of everyone that comes out. We have shy people, we have super outgoing people, girls, guys, we have everything. And somehow everyone is able to do it. And it's like some sports, some people are like, oh, like soccer's for me, but tennis might be for you. Well, I think that theater's for everyone. And I think it's an amazing opportunity, and it's made so many people find who they are and find what they aspire to be in the world and be able to be comfortable and okay with who they are.
Music just makes me happy. I'm always singing, and my whole family's been singing. It brings me back to my childhood. My parents started me with musical theater. My parents did musical theater, and now it's just the great way for me to be with my kids and connect with them and teach them how to be happy.
What do I think? It's a match.
You agree?
I agree.
Oh, champion, this is wonderful. Here, let's drink on it.
Oh, why not? To you, my friend.
No, my friend, to you.
To the both of us.
To our agreement.
To our agreement. To our prosperity. To our health and happiness.
Yes.
But most important, to life, l'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim, to life.
Here's to the father I try to be.
Here's to my pride to be.
Drink l'chaim, to life, l'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim, to life.
Life has a way of confusing us,
Lasting and bruising us.
Drink l'chaim to life. God would want us to be joyful even when our hearts lie panting on the floor.
How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for? To life, l'chaim.
My daughter,
My wife, it gives you something to think about. Something to think about. Think l'chaim. To life, Ramon.